room because you just it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel weird to me. But the first play I did was this play about a bunch of British fags, but it became very popular play, and that was like Meryl Streep was in the audience, Fate. Like this was like Gary Oldman, Liam Neeson. People were coming.
Cool.
That was weird. Because that feels a little bit more out of reach and out of my wheel zone than just comics. As Chris Rock as big as he is, you still feel like, okay, he's still a guy at the Comedy Cellar you could go hang out with if you know what I mean? But when are you going to hang out with De Niro or Meryl Streep or something, Does that make sense?
Tonight, actually, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Biggest jerk you've ever met, besides me.
Biggest jerk you've ever met. How about you take that? Sarah, you got someone?
Oh, yeah, you brought your
Can we mention Sarah's
a
a lovely comic and friend, and she's also a professional horse trainer, and we're in town looking for a threesome. Guys, what's up? Are we Vegas? No, I'm kidding. Not really, but
Here's your resume. And,
look at the webcam. Look, show me your eyes. I'm kidding. So Sarah, who is the biggest asshole you've met? Because Sarah, she runs a horse ranch, so she's had big stars.
I keep wanting to say whore ranch.
Yeah.
She's running the whore ranch.
I run an unofficial whore ranch.
Would be amazing.
That's funny.
So tell them some people who you've met, and you can name names and say who's a dick.
I'm not gonna name names and say who's a dick.
Yeah. How was Jennifer Lawrence? Whore, right? I'm kidding. No.
Probably one of the nicest.
I've heard just the nicest
Coolest
things
people
about
I've
her,
heard.
but yeah.
Oh, jeez. Make me look like a dick, both of you. I was kidding. Anyway.
I did see your pictures, though, and those were nice, too.
I know the biggest jerk that Jen's ever met.
Who?
You know who it is. You told me.
I'm not going to say it, though.
That he made a scene.
I'm not going to say it, though.
But am I right? I'll say it.
Okay, how about you give some...
No, I'll say it.
You're
How
very,
can we
and I
get-
was very
Wayne Brady's the
disappointed.
biggest dick she's ever
Oh,
met.
Wayne
And
Brady?
I was very disappointed.
But hold on. Let me just say something. Wayne Brady, like... Okay, fine, he's a dick. Like, who cares? Like, Wayne Brady,
Well,
like...
just listen to the story. It's
Oh, I don't want to tell the story. Not
Why?
on air. Not on air.
Why?
Because
Come on.
I just don't
Okay.
Because Wayne Brady's fucking listening.
Okay, don't tell the story about Wayne Brady. Tell the story about that guy, Tom Shady. What did Tom Shady do?
No, there's just it's more of a graphic. I would have to show you like not like that.
Point to the doll.
We have a webcam.
Show the private spot. No, he came in a few different times to one of my works and.
What do you mean when your works?
Well, I have 3 jobs.
Okay.
I'm a server, also. But I used to work at another place a while ago, and he came in and like.
Sounds like you're saying you were in a strip club and you don't want to say it.
No.
Okay. You look like you got some.
she's proud
She
of
looks
her
like she has amazing boobs right now. That's what I'm seeing.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, it's
We may have found our third person.
How you doing? No, but he stopped mid-stride going to the bathroom, coming in. Stopped, like looks around like, what the fuck? Nobody's, paying attention to me? He like literally, like you could visually see him do this, and then he goes to the bathroom, comes back out, does his own thing. I tend to ignore people that do stuff like that. And another time that he came in, his wife was up at the dessert counter, and I start conversations with everybody. And I was just messing with her and joking with her, had her laughing, and he got pissed off. He like stopped what he was doing, comes walking over, and she's laughing at what I'm saying. We're joking back and forth. I look at him, I do acknowledge him. I say, hi. I don't go, oh my God, I know who you are.
Yeah.
And because of that, he got really, like, he stopped for a second, he stared at me, and he's like, that's it, we need to go now. And she's like, but she was in the middle of talking to me. And I was so disappointed with his arrogance.
Yeah, because even if he really needed to go, he should at least be, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you're a human being.
No, like, his face before I just said hi and didn't, like, melt on myself was...
Yeah.
He was like totally calm and cool, and you could tell there was nothing going on until he realized that I wasn't gonna melt on myself for him.
That's so weird.
Which is very, very depressing because he's one of my favorite.
Oh, really? Wayne Brady?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
On Whose Line Is It Anyway? He's your favorite guy in that?
Mm-hmm. Well, with anything he does.
What else does he do?
He's also...
He was funny on, what was it, Chappelle Show. He was great on that.
He's had a few cameos and different stuff.
Oh,
So
she loves him on Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah, and that one.
Yeah. And now I realize, I started thinking, like, so when I did Lombardi, there was, well, hold on. There was okay. Well, fuck, whatever. But anyway, no, I was thinking
Pick
like
one.
because of the sports stuff. Like I'm just not really a sports fan. Like I'm kind of like of the Crystalia vein, where like I think sports are kind of stupid in a way. Although I play, but I just kind of like I don't really care anymore. But during Lombardi, a lot of the like Tom Brady and Giselle came. You know what I mean? And they hang out and they're like, oh, blah blah blah. Like that shit's kind of cool, I guess. But I couldn't really get my dick hard for it. I don't know. But they were all, I don't know.
You need a
No one was
fluffer.
If Giselle doesn't get your dick hard, you might have to worry a little bit. Like, that's an attractive lady.
Yeah, she's really hot. She was so trying to get with me too, and I
I
just didn't
bet.
want to do that. Magic Johnson came. Speaking of getting my dick hard,
That'll do it.
Magic Johnson
That'll do
came. Yes, I don't know. But
I did meet him briefly once too, actually.
I don't think you should say "got my dick hard" and then Magic Johnson came in the same sentence.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not good.
I think you should say that.
now I have his super AIDS, which will make me like live forever. It's
Awesome.
the best AIDS to get.
And your bounce passes have gotten so much better. It's amazing.
But now I'm just thinking about like, goddamn, who have I met who's just been like, you're like a fucking ugh.
Craig Shoemaker's mine. I can't stand.
Oh, I know. You told me about. I've heard that from a couple people, but yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah, it's nice to have the freedom to be like, I'll say this. This is what I'll say, because that's like beyond met him, right? You had like interaction with him.
Yeah.
I will say this: when I like Tucker Max, it's not so much he's a dick, but he's just like a very. Do you know who Tucker Max is?
Yeah.
He wrote "Hope They Serve Beer in
I've
Hell."
heard
Yeah.
he's kind of a dick. But
It's not like he's kind of a dick. It's just kind of like you just wish you almost want him to be a dick. You almost want him to be the person that he is in his books. Because and Sarah read
Yeah.
the book too. The first book is brilliant. It's and you're like, oh man, it's so funny. We had mutual friends, got in touch, blah blah blah. He saw a comedy show, and I was kind of okay. And they toured with him for 2 months, and you just kind of want him to be this sort of like alpha dude and just like charming and charismatic and kind of like, come on guys, we're going this place. And he was just the most divisive, insecure, lispy, teeny little carny hands, like wide friggin' Ohio grandma hips, fucking just like where he wore like sandals and Under Armour fucking those mesh Under Armour like fucking workout shirts and like Dockers shorts every day, and he was just like, guys, I'm like, and he just puts hands on his hips, and he tried to act all tough. I'm like, dude, you're the biggest fucking loser ever. And then you start thinking, and then you read the in the book, like in a weird way, you have this vision of like a really evil, misogynistic, like Goodwill Hunting, like Matt Damon Goodwill Hunting. Like he was just like, he was, and then I said this sort of, it's like this genius paragraph, like, oh my god, and then you hang out with him, you get drunk with him, he's like, oh, this bitch, fuck you stupid, you're just a dumb cunt. You're like, you slur after 2 beers, you're not articulate as a human being. You say like every 3 fucking words, and I'm not, but I'd had this image of you of being this kind of guy
Right.
that I really, and then you hang out with him, you're like, oh, it's such a fucking disappointment.
That's very disappointing to
That's
hear.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
They're
he's,
out there though. Chris Angel's a douchebag too.
but I think everyone knows that,
Isn't he,
right?
like, famous for
Did
being
I tell you my Chris Angel story?
I don't think so.
Oh, I have 2 semi stories. One is my good friend Zach used to room with his then now girl for some
Oh,
girl.
Zach Reisen.
Yeah, he told
I
you the
know
story,
that.
right?
Yeah, Zach told me that one. Yeah.
He just took Zach's
he took
cat.
he took his cat.
What?
And then just like literally just took his cat and said,
Just took his cat.
I just took it. And then Zach was like, give my cat. He's like, no, man, me and this cat have a bond. And Zach said this little guy was like, okay.
Like Meow Cat?
Yeah.
Zach
Not
owned
hats?
this cat in
Oh.
his house, and he was roommates with this girl, and this girl went to go live with Chris Angel, and Chris just took Zach's cat.
You can't do that.
Of course you can't do that.
He did.
But he just did it.
He's Chris Angel.
Because he's Chris Angel.
I would kick the fuck out of somebody if somebody
Another
touched my
reason
cat or
why
my
he's a
dog.
douchebag.
No, but he didn't touch him. He just made the cat disappear. he just took the fucking cat and then said, and like was like, of course, I love the cat. And Zach's like,
It was great. There was a benefit show the other night at New Orleans, and they were raising money for the Heaven Can Wait Society. And all the magicians were in one area. So Lance Burton was there, and Matt King was there. Amazing
Matt
Jonathan.
King's good.
Everybody's sitting in the same row. Murray's there. Everybody's there.
Wait, when was this?
Sunday. And
Oh, okay.
and Chris Angel was in the back in 2 sections away.
That's funny.
And they're like, I think Chris Angel's here tonight. He's like waving way in the back. It's like, yeah, that's the douchebag section over there.
So actually, it's funny because I do this bit now about this girl used to work with Chris Angel. She worked backstage with Chris Angel, and she was one of the people who was like moving on the shit and da. And apparently there were 50 of these people. What? Working backstage at Chris Angel's show, like running around like maniacs doing all the fucking work. And she would tell me about him. She wasn't like a big fan. She was a worker. So my friend Stu Stone goes to see Chris Angel's show on Twitter. He goes, I just saw the best magic of my life, Chris Angel, blah, blah, blah. So I tweeted, I said, hey, Stu, that's not magic. That's just 50 people running around backstage doing all the work while some douchebag gets all the credit. While some Jersey douchebag gets all the credit, something like that. And then... I
want you to apologize for what you said.
So what happened is...
Yep, I bet.
2 hours later, I get a phone call from Stu going, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, I just see Chris Angel's show. I go to meet him backstage, and we're talking. He goes, hey, you know Bill Dawes? I go, oh yeah, man, he's my boy. We went to Iraq together, went to Afghanistan, we were for years. He goes, look what this motherfucker wrote about me. He's banned from coming to the show. You can't hang out with him if you want to hang out with me. He said, you can't hang out with...
Because the best punishment ever was you being banned from that show.
Yeah. First of all, like, he said I'm banned from the show, like, that's crazy. And second, like, you can't hang out with him if you hang out with me. He told that to my friends, too. Yeah. Now, the thing is, I haven't really seen Stu since, so I think he made his choice. He made the Chris... Just like the cat, made the Chris Angel choice.
I said this last night when Murray was on. When I was concierge for Vegas.com, and we were working... at the Monte Carlo. It's an MGM property. So when that show came out, we were sitting there. What's going on over here?
Can you not talk while someone moves around?
It's very weird.
The orange cream Zip Fizz is so good. Like, for real, I need another one.
I couldn't find one.
Orange soda.
I couldn't find the orange cream.
Really?
Or whatever. No.
It's right here.
Oh, well, I'm retarded. Sorry.
But I was telling Murray when his show came out and we all got to go see it because we had to be able to review it. When it was over, we got emails from people at MGM and Entertainment going, don't say anything bad about the show.
About Chris Angel's show.
About Chris Angel's show. And because it was just, he's changed it like 5 times, and each time
it's still running, right?
Yeah, and each time it's gotten worse.
Is it?
Yeah, he signed some crazy long-term deal.
Like the first night we went and seen it, he was he was in this box and it was over the trap door and he couldn't get the trap door to open. So the dancers are dancing around him and you could see his hand trying to lift the trap door. And so when we were walking out, one of the guys I worked with is like, they call this show Believe because I believe everybody's going to want their money back.
Oh, my God. That's so
like,
funny.
I believe this show was awful.
It's
And
got such bad reviews.
so we're like, man, how do we say it? Like, because we work, so we can't say anything bad about one of our own shows on property. So we started going there and be like, how's that Chris Angel show? We're like, are you a fan of Mind Freak? Yeah, nothing like that. This is completely different. And like, do you like Cirque du Soleil? Yeah, it's great. Good. You're gonna love it. But yeah, if you're expecting to go see Mind Freak,
I keep
shit,
hearing it's going to close, and it never closes, the Chris Angel show.
Yeah, I think they figured out they had to, because the contract he signed, they had to pay him just so much money that it was actually it's not like feasible to actually like pay him off to stop.
Like, for real though, couldn't you just get a dude his height, put a wig, and just fucking
Stunt double.
and no one would know. At this point, no one would know. You know what I mean?
Or care.
Yeah.
For even for that matter.
I don't know. Like, for real, I literally think, like, I don't know, they should do that. Pay some fucking understudy.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's a toss between biggest douchebag Chris Angel or Craig Shoemaker. And it was funny. I haven't seen or talked to Craig since that interview, and he was just here at Brad Garrett's.
Oh, really?
And my friend was like opening for him, and he goes, "You want some redemption? I can get you in." I go, "I don't want to go."
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even want to waste my time.
Yeah, exactly. These people. Now, what do you feel like with magicians and stuff? Do you feel like there's anything with comics? because I'll hear magicians like, "Hey, do you know blah blah blah," and the other magicians like, "Oh, that guy's a fucking hack." Every other magician hates this person.
There are people that will steal a trick or an illusion for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's.
What's Murray's reputation? Do you know Murray? You work
Yeah,
with
he
Murray?
was on the show yesterday.
Yeah, people like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen a show.
There was a magic group over in like Austria or something that stole his trick that he did on America's Got Talent, where he made the steam engine disappear, and they were saying that they invented it, and he was like,
They invented the steam engine?
That they invented the trick that they made it disappear, and he was like, 2 of the people on your team helped me make it disappear on AGT. So there are people that will steal the stuff. Like
crazy.
Jan Roven from Illusions and Riviera. He has a.
Oh, that's a real person. I thought this was a video game cover. You know what I mean?
He has an illusion at the end of his show where he lays on this bed and he has a woman, or you come out of the audience and just using your first thought or your gut instincts, you pull these strings, and if you pull the wrong one, the main sword's going to go all the way through the center of his body. And Chris Angel stole that and did it for a TV special down on Fremont Street. And he found out that Chris Angel was in the back of his showroom. Nobody knew he was there, and he was writing it down to figure out how the trick worked. And so they made this huge thing, and it went crazy.
And they met each other in the middle of the street, just had a little fucking magician off and cast spells. And
yeah, that would have been awesome. They got it on film, but yeah.
That's hilarious, man. The same thing with everything, like dancers. Oh, you're biting my moves.
Yeah.
You're biting my moves. I'm like, come on, how much shit can you do?
I did like if you did the moonwalk, everybody was like, that's Michael Jackson. I mean, there's just some things you can't steal.
Yeah.
So. I got this new Hot Pocket bit I'm working on in my comedy. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is it over at the Laugh Factory? Good? Last night was your first show, right?
Last night was my first show. I did the 8:30 show. I have this new stuff I'm trying to work on. I was like, I'm going to do the first 7 minutes clean, just get like a clean tape, because I have some people who want to. By the way, do you know Laughing Hyena Records? Do you know anything about that? They want to do my thing, maybe. What do you think? Is that something? Not to talk. Is that like?
I got somebody better.
Okay, good. Anyway, so I did like this clean 7 minutes I could do like on TV, and then I was like, okay. And then right away I'm like, oh, thank God, now I get done with that. Let me do like dirty shit. And Harry was a little bit like, you are fucking filthy. You're way too filthy for 8:30 on Monday. And I was like. And I don't think I was I still filthy in the first show?
I didn't think so.
So for the second show, Harry was gone. And I was like, you want to see filthy? And I thought it was going to be like loose and fun. But the second show didn't like me as much as the first show. So I was getting filthier. And I could just see like in the front row, there's like a family. And that's always tough. There's like literally grandma, mother, like 3 generations of family there. And the grandma was just like, looked like Barbara Bush. It just horrified.
I look at it as you're at the 10:30 show, and the 10:30 show is always going to be dirtier. Anyway.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I always thought that.
Yeah. And so I was getting dirty, and I was kind of like just I was on the train. I was on the fucking, whatever it was. I was like, I'm going to keep going. So I'm going, I'm talking about. I'm just do everything. It's the most scatological bit I have. I'm talking about periods and poop and sex and anal sex and all, and I'm just going, and each one's like they're less and less interested in one, but I'm on the train because it ends with me talking about like, how gay people are, like comparing anal sex to surfers and sharks. Like, sharks are in the ocean, you're still gonna dive in, It's part of the sport. What are you going to do? Not do it? It's part of the lifestyle. So anyway, and to me, I was trying to make it a whole metaphorical point about why gays are happy, because they accept shit into their life, and they were just not on board, as you guys aren't on board with it right now at all. They were but like, how you do, sometimes you do a bit and you're going on and you're like, I can't get off the train. I'm on it. I got to follow through all the way. By the time I was done, which is like, it's one bit, it's about 8 minutes, I was like, they fucking hate me. How do I get them back? And I think there would have been some walkers, but they were literally just like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know if I'm like they were maybe scared of me or something. So I started talking about my daughter to win it back, and they were like, "That poor girl."
It's too late. I've lost them.
Yeah. Like, this guy's a daughter. I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do my dirtiest material and then follow with my daughter. It just makes me feel bad for my daughter.
I'll never forget. I think it was the third time I saw you ever, and Gallagher was there that night. He was hanging out in the green room.
Oh yeah.
That was the night he was giving you advice, and you did your gay joke, and I remember just before you went out to do it the second time, he told you how he thought it should have been done, and then he watched it on the monitor, and you didn't do it, and he goes, well, there's somebody that's not going to make it if he doesn't follow my advice.
Oh my God, that's so funny. What did he tell me? Do you remember?
I don't remember. Something about you shouldn't. It was something about the gay joke. I can't remember, but it was hilarious.
What did he say?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I wish I remembered what it was.
But then I think it's funny because like a few months ago he was hanging out there and he was looking for cigarettes out of the freaking trash can. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, how does Gallagher, like in his prime, had the most Showtime specials than anybody, was on the top of his game, and now he's going through ashtrays at the Tropicana looking for cigarettes and lighting them up.
Yeah, I know.
That just
It's sad.
blows me,
Spend
man.
it all on watermelons.
Yeah.
All
He's showing
his
me.
money.
Well, I was told that he gave all of his money to his kids because he wanted them to enjoy the money while he was still around.
That sounds like a
that's
really
right.
nice way of saying that he's a fuck up. Like, no, that's not what
He's not a
happened.
fuck up. He does a lot of really great stuff. He's a great guy. No, I'm just
I just
throwing
meant
out there.
financially. He's like, if he's broke and he has no money, then he fucked it up
No, he went
somehow.
on vacation a few months ago, but he's got.
Well,
enough
he's
to
working.
survive.
I'm
I
not
think
saying he's
it
a
was-
bad guy. First of all, you have to understand. He just talks shit about me. Gallagher just talks shit about me by proxy through Jay. So I have to defend myself. The only thing, the funny thing is, I don't remember him saying anything about that joke. The only thing I remember him saying to me, he was because I think he watched me a couple. He goes, you know what? You got to think about this. You have a lot of facial expressions. What are you going to do when you're playing to a county fair? And I remember that's what he said. And I said, if I'm playing to a county fair, first I'm going to
Shoot.
get a shotgun and blow my face off. So I have no facial expression.
Yeah, I remember that. Shoot me.
Is that really the first thing you should think of? Like, well, is this gonna be good fair material?
No, he was right. He was right in the sense that like there are things. There's moments where I'm not talking. I'm just mugging.
Yeah.
Mugging for the camera. And he goes, "What if there's a big crowd?" And that's true. But I've just never had a problem with. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking shit about Gallagher. I never this guy. I just meant that if he's so poor that he's looking for cigarettes, then he fucked up his money. And I doubt it's just because I gave it all to my children.
And it's Gallagher, too, I think, had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it was a huge
Did he have
lawsuits and stuff.
lawsuits?
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
tons of stuff.
Are you friends with Gallagher?
It's her uncle. Yeah. Uncle Gallagher is a big.
No, I am friends with Gallagher.
Yeah.
But it's-
He's always been nice to me.
No, he's been nice to me.
Yeah.
I don't have anything bad. I'm just saying it was funny
is
the night that you were there.
Is he? But financially, I mean, is it not? Is it because of lawsuits? Because I heard there's big lawsuits.
Huge lawsuits, from what I was told.
There's some people who just aren't good financially. That's all I'm saying.
Like the
He went on
NBA
vacation a couple
or
months
NFL.
ago, so he was
Well,
on
he's
for a
all,
week.
but he's been working too. He just now recorded an album at the LA
Oh, yeah?
Comedy Club, and he's done a few weeks at the Golden Nugget. So it's not that he's not working. It's just, and then he had residency at the Laugh Factory for like. 6
And why did that
months.
end? He just was over it.
I don't think he was selling the tickets. Just kind of like Roseanne's residency ended, and she wasn't selling.
She wasn't selling tickets. Is it?
not that many? That's what I was told.
That's so weird that Roseanne. I mean, I guess both of them. You'd think it's not that big a room.
right.
Is this the time or the location?
Probably.
The Tropicana isn't really much of a destination location for anyone,
Yeah.
you know. But she hates me now because I said that about Gallagher.
I don't hate you.
You fucked up our threesome. Way to go.
Oh man.
Now it's a twosome.
No, now it's a
Nah,
one
so
some.
once hey.
Me and you after the show?
Yeah.
I'm a fuck up financially. Oh my god. I'm making hundreds of dollars this week, and I'm not investing it.
$100. And free lunch down in the
Free
EDR.
zip. Why do you think I'm taking all these zip fizzes, man? I need to save.
And your free E EDR.
Can't do it. I can't do the EDR. EDR, for people who don't know, it's employee dining
Room.
room. I was like, resources? What the fuck does R stand for? And literally, it's just like, you might as well just like, I don't know.
So really bad cafeteria, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same food that the buffets get.
And when
But like the leftovers, yeah.
Yeah, when I first came, I was like, oh man, free food, and I get the money and free. It's like party, and then you go to, and then you like do the shows, and there are 2 shows, and they're long. It's a lot of your time. A lot of rooms have 1 show, and except for the weekends, and then you're done at midnight, and you go out to like 3 or 4, and you get drunk. You wake up, crack at noon, and then you're like, oh, I should get some food. So you go to an EDR. You fill your face up with diarrhea sauce, and then you feel like, and then you're like, oh, I'm a little, and then you go back up to your room, and it's like 1 or 2, and you kind of watch a little TV. Like, I'll take a nap before my show, so you nap for a few hours. You get up at 6, and then your show's at 8:30. You should be there 8, so you kind of just dick around till 8, and then you do that 3 days in a row, and you're like, I haven't been outside for 3 days straight, and then you literally your serotonin levels are all fucked up. You're completely out of your mind. And you just want to kill, and then you're like digging through the fucking trash for cigarettes and stuff. But yeah, when I first got here, I was like, one time I was like, I don't think I've been outside for 3 days. I gotta get the fuck out of here. So then I stopped doing EDR because it just was depressing me. You guys have stories about poop and shit, diarrhea?
We did
All
a
the
good one
time.
on Craigslist today.
Yeah. That's true.
What's that?
Yeah, we do a segment Best of Craigslist, and there was
Oh yeah.
mentioning poop today.
What was the mention of poop?
What was it? Ghost farts.
Ghost farts.
Yeah,
Being on a subway.
being on a subway, and he was pinpointing people that he sees at least once a day, and he's giving them names, and one guy was called Ghost Fart. 'Cause
That's the guy that
he
basically
doesn't just
shits
fart,
himself.
but like
Yeah.
he like farts and then moves around and like does it in various locations on the subway. Yeah, that's very funny.
It's like a superhero. My name is Ghost Fart.
Superpower.
We're gonna take a break and we'll be back.
She knows exactly what she does. Forgive her though she's not sure who she was.